Hello, it's great to be back with you, and thank you very much indeed for your feedback on my prior two videos, where we focused around how to go about building a pipeline. We looked at two major scenarios. We looked at existing customers and what we can do to sell more to them, and then we looked at how do we go about addressing brand new customers. So again, truly appreciate all your heartwarming feedback. A question that I was asked by one of our viewers was relating to how do you go about actually making your pitch to a brand new customer? What are the do's and don'ts? How can you make sure that you have a fair chance of making the deal happen? Well, let me take you back almost 4 decades. And I think some of the lessons that I learned early in my career stood me in good stead over the many, many years later on. I was pursuing this opportunity with one of the very illustrious industry associations, and I was in Eastern India at that time. It was a 2 year battle that I fought, and again, it was really fierce. I had learned everything that had to be learned, about sales. I had gone to a good sales school. I think I did reasonably well, and I remembered my lessons. And each time I would go visit the customer, I would prepare a sales plan. What is it that I'm going to focus on during this specific discussion or conversation with the customer? I always mapped the features of my product with the benefits that each of those features actually provided, and then try to weave them back into the specific needs of the customer that we felt and my colleagues felt and I felt were important for that customer's organization. So each time I went and visited that customer, mentally, I would check the box and say, this is the feature, here is the benefit, here is the value, this is the kind of outcome we are going to deliver, and this is the specific need of the customer that we are going to fulfill as a result of the tremendous capabilities that our product had. I did this relentlessly, week after week after week. One fine day, 2 years later, as I walked in to meet this customer, I had barely settled down into the chair. A customer turned around and said, Manoj, I have great news to share with you. I said, yes, sir, please. And he said, we have decided to award the contract to you and to your organization. I was thrilled. I was overjoyed. I wanted to get up from the chair and pump my fists in the air and say, yes, we did it. Somehow I resisted the temptation. I knew that I had to maintain my cool and composure and not just kind of let my emotions run wild, if you will. I remembered a very important lesson that I had learned in sales school, and that was that once you win a deal, get up, thank the customer, shake his hands, turn around 180 degrees, head to the door, exit out. Don't sit there to begin yet another discussion or dialogue, because guess what, the customer then gets an opportunity to continue the negotiation, and therefore if you don't want to give up much more than what you've already given in the negotiation process, the best thing is to politely bow your head and walk out. But you know, sometimes you don't want to follow textbook rules, and certainly I haven't done that all the time myself. I just sat there and I thought to myself that perhaps this is a great opportunity for me to learn from the customer as to why did the customer actually purchase from me. This was a cold call through which we had started the entire sales process, and therefore it's incredibly important for me to know as to why I think I won the deal. Now, while I was waiting for the customer to respond to my question, in my head, I was trying to take a wager. It must have been this feature, it must have been this value. I think these are the benefits which really motivated the customer. And as I was waiting to hear with my eyes wide open in terms of what really clicked the deal, The customer actually took a pin and pricked my balloon. And what he said remained with me through my life. He said, Manoj, you've been coming for the last 2 years. Frankly, I never or I barely understood a word that you had said. I think I was crestfallen. Though I had won the deal, I thought I had made fantastic sales pitches. I thought I had planned so well. And here the customer's turning around and saying that he didn't understand much or most of what I would say. And he said, the reason I selected you is because amongst all the sales guys from all the firms that came to me, you were the one who exhibited the greatest confidence in your product. And I thought to myself that if the sales guy is so confident, the product must be good. And I can tell you that customers can see through, particularly if it has been an elongated sales cycle of 2 years, whether you're bluffing or it's coming from your heart. Confidence comes through conviction. Conviction comes when you truly understand the customer's needs and you do everything that you believe is right to solve the specific problems that the customer has. It is about knowing your product, it is about knowing your solution, and most importantly, it is about being in the customer's shoes and being one within his organization. So, again, I hope that you too would have gained something from my early lesson. And the lesson was certainly something which has always remained with me. Good luck, happy selling, all the best.